Hi, I wanted to kick off my channel by introducing a theory that I had. Coraline is one of my favorite movies. I was terrified of it as a kid, but also obsessed and couldn't stop watching it. And now that I'm older, I really want to delve deep into these theories about this movie because there's a lot of things I never noticed as a kid. And now I'm paying attention to it, it's like very intriguing. You don't really get straight out answers and makes you think. And I really like that about this movie. So the other day I recently, duh, the other day I rewatched Coraline so I can try to strengthen one of my theories that I had, and that was that she never left the other world. Ever. And to back this up, I noticed that Coraline never leaves through that crawl space or that door until later on in the movie. She keeps entering the other world, but she never really leaves it. And one thing I don't understand is how she can go in, go to sleep in another world, but wake up back in her own. I don't understand how she can do that, but she can't go to sleep and she's automatically into the other world. Like, how does this work? Hi, this is Future Stormy editing this, and one thing when I was looking for images to provide for this theory, I I found one like this one that's on the screen right now, which completely I'm just like backs me up even more. Gonna hype myself up a bit. But yeah, the Beldam is completely capable of showing Coraline what Coraline wants to see. She can look exactly like Coraline's mother, so it's not far-fetched that she was imitating Coraline's mother throughout this whole thing. Well, besides the beginning, before Coraline went through it the first time. Okay, thank you. Another thing is that the other mother, or the Beldam, is capable of showing Coraline what she wants Coraline to see. And I find this very important because I believe the cat mentioned this, and it's extremely important to note that because she can control the weather, she can control what Coraline sees. I believe full-heartedly, like in the end, when everything is like falling apart and everything just comes kind of more demented, that's her doing. I don't think the world is falling apart. I don't think she's weakening. I think she's doing that on purpose because it's like some sort of a game. But I will get into it being some sort of a game in my next video. I believe that every interaction Coraline will have with the neighbors and things like that with her parents from leaving that crawl space is not real. It's fake. Another thing is that when Coraline crawls back out, and I say that loosely, I don't think she leaves, like I said, that's what this theory is, but when she crawls back out to escape to go back home, the groceries on the table when her mom and dad being missing, the groceries have molded or rotten, and it's no way that it could do that in such a short time span. I don't believe Coraline was gone that long, maybe a day max, but it made no sense. Another thing that didn't make sense in that scene was the groceries are on the table, but the keys were in the car and her mom's cell phone was in the car. Where was she taken from? Was she taken from inside the house or outside the house? I think that was just kind of a flaw in her, I guess, illusion. Another thing about that scene that struck me as very strange was her seeing her parents in the mirror in the human world. I thought that was really weird that reality would work that way, that the real world or her world would be capable of working that way, and that she can see something that's not quite happening in that world, if that makes sense. The whole scene just struck me as something was off. That didn't make sense, especially with her parents not believing her or not understanding. Like, she saw snow and she saw the snow globe on broken, and that's not how it works really. What happens in one world happened in that world. Like, the snow globe being broken will probably be broken in the other world because her parents were in the other world. They were trapped there, not in their normal world. So why would that snow globe be broken? And the snow being on them and then dissolving, they don't see it or feel it. It doesn't exist. And I wholeheartedly believe it's like the Beldam's illusion. That's what she wants to show Coraline. And my last thing for this would be the cat disappearing in the end. That kind of sold me on this theory, because the cat disappeared behind the pole after they gave a shot of everyone just kind of working together in this garden, which I also find kind of strange. All of a sudden, everything's just all nice in Coraline's world. Parents paying attention to her out of nowhere. I don't buy it. But when they did that shot where it was kind of zooming out and showing the house, and then it showed the cat on the street sign or the wooden sign, he disappeared behind it like he did with the tree trunk. And that really sold me on this, because that's how he was able to move in the other world. Logic, or how things work in our world, in the real world, didn't apply there, especially for him, because I also believe that he is very important, but I probably will go into that next theory. I think he has something, he's actually helping the Beldam, and I have some things on that later on, but if you guys want to hear about that, please comment. But like I said, this is a theory, and with all theories, you gotta think about everything else. One of the things that struck me as that I can't figure out is the interactions outside the house. Like when they went out to where the school was, not school, to go school shopping, to buy uniforms and drop the dad off. I can't really find anything that proves that that wasn't real. It seemed pretty believable that it actually happened, but at the same time, like, I don't know, that part just really confuses me. That's something that I can't really think about. So if you guys have any input on that, please tell me. I'm just gonna skim through my notes real quick, just in case I missed something. So also another thing that I remember noting is the weather. The weather is very constant throughout this movie. When Coraline is in her world, which I use loosely, it's always doom and gloom. It's always rainy. When she's in the other world, it's always clear skies, the stars are out. It's just very beautiful. It only rained when the Beldam made it rain. But the only time clear skies happen in her world, or the real world or whatever, it was after she defeated the Beldam. Apparently, allegedly defeated the Beldam and locked the door. Suddenly, it's no longer this foggy, rainy place. It's sunny enough for everyone to get together and work together in the garden. And I've just found that a little too convenient. I know it's a kid's movie, kind of. It's pretty dark for a kid's movie, to be honest. But I know it's a kid's movie. You gotta have that cliche meaning, but I don't think that wasn't just like, oh, happy ending thing. I think that was kind of symbolism. Well, not symbolism, but like kind of showed the Beldam's power, if you want to go with my theory about it not being real. Because she wants Coraline to think that she's won. She wants Coraline to go into this false, secure area, and her defenses are down, and that's what the Beldam wants. But I can go more into that when my next video, if I do that, guys. If you guys are interested in hearing more theories, please let me know. This was a really fun theory to do. I really enjoyed Coraline. It was it's nostalgic. Terrified me as a kid. I haven't read the book. I probably will not read the book for a while, because I don't want to connect it and confuse things in the book and the movie, because I feel like they're two different planes. Like when it comes to theorizing about stuff, there's two different stories, not stories, but two different ways of going about it, and I don't want to just draw things from outside sources unnecessarily, if that makes sense. Yeah, so My next theory is gonna be on the cat, because I don't believe he's on Coraline's side. Very, I don't. I think he's very important. I don't think he's helping Coraline really. I think he's helping the other mother, and a lot of people I know are just like, oh no, no, the cat did this and the cat did that. He has to be helping Coraline. He hates the other mother. But he has some significance. Like, I'm not gonna go into details. Like I said, I want to do another video on this alone. But why would he want to give up the ability to act more sentient and more be able to speak and do basically whatever he wanted, like defy how reality works? Why would you want to give that up? What do you have to gain from that being gone? Like, are you gonna tell me that it's just, oh, good morals, whatever? I don't know. Something's just off about it. And that's why I think that's part of the reason I think it's important. But tune in, subscribe, please comment. I would love to hear you guys have to say about this. One of the reasons I'm uploading this is because I kind of want a sense of a community in a way. I want to be able to discuss things and look at other people's point of views and perspectives and how things went. And yeah, so thanks for watching.